Howdy, happy Friday, everyone. Stop. Happy Friday, everyone. This is another video. Earlier this week, I uploaded on YouTube two of my newest handbags, and I promised you that I would go over in further details of the both bags. Yesterday, I did a video on the artsy and comparable to the details of the artsy, the ins and outs of it being compared to the graceful and the sully, and what they had in common and what they don't have in common. So today I'm going to go over the Tuileries, and I have two bags that remind me of them, of the Tuileries, but not quite the same. I think this bag is in a class all by itself. I'm going to show you now the bag of the day. Probably going to be the bag of the month. I will be carrying this bag for a while to get it broken in so it can start to sit up like this. Y'all, let me just say this. I should have had this bag a long time ago. I'm in love with this bag. Now, I know y'all hear me say that about most of my hobos, and trust me, if you don't hear me say that either I like it or if you don't see too many videos on it after I present it, then that bag won't be in my collection for long. This bag has won me over. I was afraid of the handle, and the handle is doing what the artsy is supposed to do. It is lifting because, again, I've been working with it. Today is so beautiful in Nashville, in Tennessee. I'm not in Nashville, but in Tennessee. I'm on the outskirts of Middle Tennessee. But anyway, I digress. Today is so beautiful that I really been considering on sitting out on my patio with her so she can get some of that heavenly vitamin D to hopefully take care of that. I want a light patina to get on her. I really do. But if I don't, if I just allow it to just continue to do it with the oils in my hands and all of that, and just carrying it, that'll be fine as well. But I have not apple guarded her as of yet because that's what I rushed to do on my other bags, and I didn't regret it. I just want to see because this bag doesn't have that much vachetta. The main part of the vachetta is on here, on the arch, and on the framing of it. And the little bell, I can always put that inside my bag, so that doesn't bother me. But this is the main focus of the vachetta, right? And I can't really be afraid of it. I want to shape it like I seen this girl do online, but I'm afraid to. So I'm just going to let it just shape with my body. I mean, with my shoulders over time. Because I seen somebody online when they first got theirs, they kept lifting it and pulling it in. And I don't want to do that. I just want it to naturally do what it's going to do in time. I've heard a lot of people say they just kept doing shaping and playing with it and wearing it, and eventually that arch comes. So I'm not going to try to rush the process, but I'm loving her, y'all. She should have been in my collection a long time ago. She's very beautiful. If you don't have an artsy, get you one. If you are into luxury handbags, you got to have her in your collection. And she's big. And I'm going to say something. I'm going to go back to her in a few minutes after I pull out a couple of bags that I want to compare to the Tuileries. Okay. This may not be the correct name for this satchel, the Tivoli, I will get the correct name for it because for some reason my mind has went blank, and I was being lazy today and I just didn't look it up. But this is a very beautiful satchel, and I have done a video on her several times. The previous owner did the vachetta over on this look how beautiful this is, y'all. Look at her. Look at this bag. Look at this bag. Isn't she beautiful? Look at it. The attention to detail on this bag is what made me think of the Tuileries, because I felt like this was along that same time frame that Louis Vuitton was giving a doggone. Look at her. I don't really get a chance to reach for her as often as I would if I was still working in office, because this would definitely be one of my work bags. Um, there's that tab. I love when Louis Vuitton. They did that to the Sully too, and I'm sure that it's a whole lot of more bags that they did it to when they give you the vachetta pull on it. I like that. And the inside of here is tan. She's stuffed to capacity, you guys. She is completely stuffed. With everything, bubble wrap, clothing, because I was trying to keep her shape. The original strap, I did not like it. I don't like that strap. It kind of, because this is a satchel, so the strap that came with it is made like a satchel will be made like a laptop bag or a duffel bag. I don't like it. So when I do carry this bag, I put um the the Diane, it may be the speediest one of them, guitar strap on it, and it upgrades it to 2024 instantly. When I add the guitar strap on it, it makes it look like a brand new bag, especially with the new vachetta on here. People think this bag is a new bag that Louis Vuitton has out. I said no, this bag is old. The vachetta has been replaced. I put a guitar strap on it from a newer bag, and that's why it looks different. So yeah, I this is one of my bags that I love. I will try to give it some attention, but it's harder. It's hard not to. It's hard giving her attention when I don't work in the office, because this is more like a satchel type of thing. It can be carried just like a handbag. It really can be, but I just really look at this as a work bag. She's completely gorgeous though. This bag is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. So that's the satchel that I wanted to look at. And then the Palace. She's been featured several times. When I first got her, I wanted the colored handles because there's different forms of this bag. They came out with a bag with where the leather here, the color leather here, is the color of the strap of the handles. So if it's black, the handles are black. If it's whatever color this would be. This is the newer Palace. And her strap, I may have it on the Diane or the Speedy 20. I'm using the monogram. It comes with a monogram strap, and I'm using it for another bag. So it's on one of those. And everything about this bag is pure luxury, right? She has the magnetic closure as well. She reminds me of how the Clooney does. If you don't close this bag, just like the Clooney, it will find the magnetic. It will close on its own if you don't have it too stuffed to find it. So I don't have any magnetic issues with it. It has a huge pocket right here, and a huge pocket right here, and then the zippers, the two zippers. Um, what this is, and got some strange stuff. Okay. Hmm. I don't know what this. Is this the carry-all gold chain? I don't know, but I like it. It's from something. I'm gonna use it on something. And the inside of this one is the red textile lining. So it hits you with that pop of red, and you can see she's stuffed with clothing and all that. And this is one that I have not had a chance to carry that often, but I love it. I know I'm not getting rid of it. It is discontinued. It is the Louis Vuitton Palace, and it is definitely discontinued. You can find great deals on the Gently Used site. Or if you are friends with anybody that are sellers on a verified seller on Facebook, you probably could get a good deal off of her. But make sure when someone is selling you this bag, because it has so many intricate parts to it, make sure they show you the codes here, because this content can have some issues, and make sure that they show you that the magnet is closing. And what else was it that was an issue? It wasn't the pockets, the D-ring, nothing like that. That's it. And look closely at the handles. If it's the treated handles, I wouldn't be concerned. But the vachetta, I'm not really concerned about this vachetta because it's beautiful. I love, I've treated her with conditioner, and she has definitely patinaed. It's not a very dark patina because I don't really carry a bag long enough for any bags to have a very, very dark. And when I got her, I did not get her brand new. She already had a layer of patina on her. Look at the touch of just details of this bag. Look at that. Brass, brass. This key is for Disney's, I think Disney's 100th anniversary key. We took the kids to Disney World, and I got this key at somewhere in the park. Anyway, and I, of course, instantly put it on my bag. This was the bag I took. The feet, everything. Check the pleats, check the corners. As you can see, my bag is in excellent condition. No concerns or anything like that. Now, I only showed you these two bags because the Tuileries, to me, it is like Louis Vuitton took the best of two worlds and combined them to make this bag to me. So here we go. Got it off the Gently Used side. As you can tell, there's no vachetta on this bag at all. No vachetta. She has that front, okay, you can see it. She has that front pocket where you can open it up, and it's deep. You can get within. It has the caramel leather, coated leather here that comes down on top of it. Like I told you on the first video that I featured her, I didn't know that there was anything under there at first, because again, I was still getting to know this bag. I didn't know it was a pocket in there. And then there's nothing on the back. It's just a pretty design where it swoops over like the front. The front part has that Louis Vuitton Paris, if it picks it up. The brass zippers are gorgeous. Look at those zippers. Isn't that beautiful? The concern I have is still with the strap. I didn't bring in the monogram strap that I was going to put on here. So I'm still working with it. I laid it out and all that kind of stuff. I might keep it laid out again later on today. But she's getting better. She doesn't have as many wrinkles as she had at first. Um, Now inside of her, she doesn't go all the way down like the limited edition Speedies, but she goes down enough to where the mouth is open a little bit wider. And the inside of here is red. Gives you that pop of cherry red. Um, the, the inside of it is red. And it has two pockets right here and a larger pocket right here. And the inside is pretty roomy. I would say she is about the same size as the Palace. The Palace has more options because the Palace has big pockets on both on the front and back. Um, so this is a mid-size bag. I love this little part, and the part that I love is the part that had issues. My CA did explain to me that there was some separation here that started happening, and to be careful with this part. I didn't know that, but just to be careful, there was some issues with this being open like this and the way people may be carrying it. So I will be very careful. The corners on here is boss. The feet on here is fabulous. Everything about it is beautiful. Um, it does have Louis Vuitton written on the sides of the tabs. The leaves on here remind me of the Neverfull. Look at the leaves. The D-rings are beautiful. See, it has Louis Vuitton written on the D-rings. Pretty nice bag. Pretty nice bag. When I actually get out to carry her into the world, I will show you what all fits when I do that. I don't feel like cleaning out the artsy. But I will give an update on wear and tear as well. This is a very nice bag, y'all. She is nice. Nice, nice. The leather smell is all in my nose. I'm beginning to think the owner of this bag didn't carry this bag. I'm anxious to know why they didn't. Why there's not that much wear and tear on this 2019 bag. This bag is 6 years old. And it looks like a practically brand new bag. I don't understand it. She looks brand new. Very brand new. I mean, she smells good. Maybe they got it and just didn't carry it at all. Cause I can tell, even if it was just carried like once or twice. Usually there's some kind of sign of some kind of usage. The only sign of usage on this bag is the handle. This. But as far as the inside and how this bag acts, it acts like a brand new bag that I've gotten directly from the luxury house. So I'm not really sure. I don't really know. I don't really know if there was any issues or reason why. Maybe and maybe it was just she just didn't carry it. I can't really explain it, but that's a non-factor. I just wanted to give you details of this bag. If you see it on the Gently Used site, it is the LV Tuileries. It does come in different colors. You can review those on YouTube or just look it up, and you'll be able to get a better explanation of the different colors this bag comes in. I like the caramel color leather because it reminds me of the treated leather that Louis Vuitton now does for some of their bags. So that's why I chose this color. It does come in an array of different styles as far as color. And I found out recently that this bag, the Tuileries, does come in a hobo style. If I can find this in the hobo style, look at my face. Y'all already know. So yes, this actually came in a hobo as well. But yeah, she's beautiful. I'm going back to the artsy because I was looking at a YouTube video, and my cousin, like I was telling you guys, my cousin has an artsy, um, and I thought, I'm gonna be honest, I thought that my SA, my CA had made a mistake and accidentally sent me a GM in the artsy. Unfortunately, I mean, it can happen. Not to me, but I have heard of people, just mistakes happen sometimes. They got charged for the MM and got the GM, or vice versa. Got charged for the GM and got the MM. It happens. If CA is taking care of and packaging it for you, or getting it taken care of, errors can happen. Whether you're doing it from the website or directly with someone, things happen sometimes. So I was like, this bag seems so much bigger than the ones that I see online. And what I did not know, which I'm driving my CA up the wall. Not really. She's really turned into a great friend. Um, she should, as much as I as much as I call her for, you ready to buy something else? So she's hating it because I already told her that she probably won't hear from me much in 2024 unless there's a question about a bag or something. Because I am not buying anything directly from the luxury house as of right now. They're subject to change within 6 or 7 months, but right now I am not. Anyway, so I contacted my CA. I had to go back. I contacted my CA and I said, "Are you sure this is an MMRC?" And she was like, I'm just gonna say, she didn't. This is not the name she called me, but this is the name you guys know me for. Try love. Try. I sent you the MMRT. And I said, well, how do you know? Because this bag seems awfully big for MM. I said, did it come in a GM? And she said, the GM of this style is discontinued from when they didn't have this frame. They only came out with the MM version of this bag. So this would be the MM. And I said, well, it looks awfully doggone big. She's huge. And I did the measurements. The measurements are not the size of the OGM RC, but they're a little bit bigger than the RCMM. It's like it's right in between. So what I learned, and some of you probably already know, I'm not too old to learn or too wise to learn. Because Louis Vuitton handbags are handmade, right? They are handmade and personally made. I don't know how often. I'm just gonna say they're handmade. I'm just gonna leave it right there. So with something being handmade, measurements can be off, and I noticed it with my Delightful and my cousin's Delightful. I noticed it then. My Delightful seemed smaller than hers, and both of our Delightfuls was MMs. And I kept holding mine against hers, and she was like, "What are you doing? My bag is real." She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "My bag seems smaller than yours." She said, "It do look a little bit smaller, slightly smaller." But yeah, it was the exact same bag. Hers was Damier Bean and mine was Monogram, but it was the same size. So I was like, why would that be different? She said, I don't know. We didn't know, but it was a slight size difference. The same as the Graceful. My Graceful is huge. It is the MM. The MM Graceful is huge. But compared to a coworker that has the Graceful, my Graceful was like a few inches bigger than hers when we did them side by side. And I was like, oh, I don't know. She was like, yeah, your bracelet looks big. I said, yeah, it do. It do look big. And I was thinking that maybe it was because it had the organizer in there and it was sitting up. It had nothing to do with it. Sometimes in the styling and the making of the bag, when someone is styling a luxury handbag, cobbler is styling the actual bag, um, sizes can be off slightly. So the measurements that you see on the website is the measurements for the measurements that the bag can fall under, but your bag can be slightly bigger or slightly smaller. Not too much, not like a whole size difference, but they can be either slightly bigger sometimes or a few inches smaller, just depending on the cut of the bag. And I had heard that about the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I had heard that about the Neverfull, but I didn't know for all bags. For all bags. So my RC looks a little bit bigger. It is not bigger. It is an MM style. But and I can stop like, why mine seems so big, especially when I look online. And she was like, "Girl, if you call me one more time about this doggone bag," she really doesn't mind. But yeah, um, just giving you guys some knowledge about that if you didn't know that, especially bags like this, hobo style bags, are the ones that do it the most, the hobo styles, because when you're doing a full empty bag such as this that has that much room and you're cutting it and styling it up, I can see where a few inches may be off. I can see that. Maybe when they're sewing it, they could sew it in a little bit more on one than the other one. I can honestly see why there may be a slight variance in size. Now, a bag such as this that is structured, it shouldn't be that much of a difference, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was, but it does. I have seen it with the hobo styles more often than not. With the other style bags that I have sitting beside me, I haven't really had anything to compare them to. But with this bag, yes, my bag seems like it's much bigger, but it's not. And it may be because it's brand new and it hadn't started doing stuff and all of that. But yeah, it just seemed bigger. But she said, nope, it's an MM. She knows it for a fact. So, hey, I measured it. It was a little bit bigger than what it said it was online. She said, stop all that. Leave it alone. Because she said it was a GM, you've been calling me and asking me, can you send it back? Because it'd be almost like a duffel bag to you. I said, okay. So that's food for thought, you guys. So just know your bag can vary in size sometimes. Just slightly. Not a major difference. But hey, I just wanted to do that, give you a full feature of the Tuileries, just in case I may be pronouncing that incorrectly, but just in case you may want to add it to your collection. It definitely has been discontinued. If you want to add it to your collection, I say definitely cruise the gently used sites. I have not really seen anybody too much with that bag on Facebook at all. I haven't really seen that bag on social media that often. It's like a hidden gem. I'm telling you, it just popped up. If I wouldn't have never been looking for this on the Gently Used site, I wouldn't even known that bag existed. It just popped up. And I was like, what is this? Now she's in my home. Now she's in my collection. So anyway, just having a little fun measurement day. And again, I will do an up-to-date wear and tear on her when I do take her out for some fun and let her get out into the world and be used and all of that good stuff. But as for right now, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves, take care of your family, and be blessed. Bye-bye.